Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Mark Bradley, and I'm going to give you some real good information that you can use that will help you in the near future to be able to improve your overall strategies for developing your web pages and for your marketing processes that have been put into place. First, I'm going to introduce you to a young man. His name is John Crestani. And I have a love-hate relationship with John. I love what he's saying because he's very accurate, on the point, and direct. And I hate that I haven't listened to him earlier in life, because he could have saved me a long, drawn-out period of poverty. But now that I know, I'm going to share what I've learned, and I'm going to give you a little introduction to some of the things that he's talking about. So right now we're going to go to a web page, and I'll talk through some of the things that he's discussing.
You want to start with what works first. Now, this may seem obvious, but one of the big things I see a lot of people doing when they start their own businesses is they want to get creative. They want to get inventive. They want to stoke their own ego and, be a special little snowflake. And this doesn't work. This doesn't work. This is the bane of many business people. What is it? I think there's a quote that great artists, good artists imitate, great artists copy, or something along those lines. But basically, you start with what works, then you're going to be way more successful. Then innovate from there.
That's the key. Then innovate. First, follow, just simply repeat. All of these people I've been listening to, and John in particular in the last couple of months, is very simple. Just simply do what they already have done, what they're practicing, and what they have proven to work. And then you don't have to guess whether it's going to be successful or not. The first thing that I tried to do was try to think how I was going to come up with something to be unique. All I did was came up with no results because I don't have enough information. It takes a while to adjust to the fact that you don't know enough to be successful. Otherwise, if you you'd already be successful. I realized when I started listening to Bob Proctor, I didn't know how to become rich. If I would have known, I would have done it. Now, I'm starting to understand. So take a look at what I'm getting ready to give you here. There's a class that John is producing right here. You can go online and find it yourself. It's called Advanced Backwards Engineering Strategies. There's a term that's called back-asswards or ass backwards. You start doing stuff backwards. But there's a reverse engineering process that's also applicable to the situation. That's what John is doing in some of his information and his training that really caught my eye. And this is what this whole training session is about. Take the time, pay attention very closely, and you'll learn something that will be invaluable to be able to do to help you get from point A to point B, especially when you have large amounts of information. My background is that I'm a technical writer and instructional designer. I've been doing it for 15 years. I do this for major companies, corporations. And now that I'm starting to look into the whole process of how the development and processes of internet marketing are going on, for me, it's simple. So I'm going to share with you a secret that if you listen to John's programs, you can look them up. I'll put a link at the bottom of this video, but you can also see where it says Advanced Backwards Engineering Strategies. There's a part 1, 2, and 3. Listen to them, pay close attention, because there's some parts of that, once you learn what your competitors are doing, you'll be able to be a much better successful marketer. So here we go. Now I'm going to give you again, I'm giving you some good advice. This is what I do. This is my background. This is my character. I'm a teacher, and I'm going to train you to learn something that will be invaluable very quickly and very easily. So pay close attention. First, you see, this is a part of a page from Copy Paste Commissions, which I bought, which is a PLR program. It only costs $9.97. It was crazy. It has tons of good stuff. I'm surprised these folks put it together, and they did a good job. It was excellent. However, in one of the things that we always need to do are campaign swipes. There's another part of this, but not in this lesson. I'll tell you how to be able to edit your campaign swipes so that they don't turn into either spam or are blocked. But the point is that these campaign email swipes, they're here, and normally what you would have to do, they had them lined up so that you would eventually go through each one of these and you could set them all up. You'd have to copy them, paste them, and then put them into your autoresponder, email autoresponder. And you could see all of these are here. Oh, they look so good. Now, what the hell am I supposed to do? Go through each one of these, copy it and paste it, and then come back and use it again? No, I don't think I'm going to do that. And also for all of our web pages, we're going to need banners and images, correct? Banners and images. We need to have some of that information. However, what is the original part that I was talking about? John is creating back engineering. The secret to that back engineering is here. You go to source code. Depending upon your browser, you'll be able to get to your source code. Different browsers have different sources. But in your source code, you have all of the HTML code necessary, as well as XML and whatever, however it was created. And you have all of these different codes that are required. Don't trip. Don't trip, because that is not what I'm going to try to teach you. You're going to learn that in a different segment, but it's certainly not in this one. You don't know what all this is unless you can read it, and it is like reading a new language. So rather than worrying about how to be able to put all of that information, the purpose of this instruction is this, simply. I needed to be able to get all of those swipes, email swipes, right? So what I do, I come in here and I find them during this section. You see right here, if you look on this page, the first email swipes that they have, there's two ways to find this. One, you can scroll down just like I just did, or you could take some of the information that is beginnings of a few words. You could always go and you could do a Control F. Control F will give you the option to be able to find, and voila, it takes you right to that first part of the page. You see how simple that is? It's not complex. I didn't do anything special. Control F, put the information in. It's the exact part where I'm trying to find on the main page. Take that information. Now, what I can do, I can just simply highlight. I'll highlight above because I want to keep some of that text in there. And I just simply scroll down, and with a simple editor, Microsoft Word or even a text editor, all I have to do then is take all of the information for each one of the swipes, copy it, make sure you copy enough of it to a little extra never hurt, Control C. Then you go to for this demonstration, I'm going to use WordPad because it's easier. It pops right up. Then when my WordPad opens, Microsoft Word, whatever, Open Office, however you want to be able to use the web pages, the editor. You just simply do Control V, paste all of what you need very nicely. And as they say, viola, voila. There's all the stuff that I need. Now I can go back in and edit very easily all the swipes, and there'll be another lesson on how to be able to actually take the swipes without having to use word for word. Because sometimes when you do word for word, what happens is that you'll get spam. Google or whoever is in charge of the search engines will spam your emails because they're exactly like everybody else's. And we'll talk about that in another segment. So here, again, we're back to the source page. And in this source page, there's a lot of other good information, sources that you would be able to use. But I would suggest now, at this point, you go back and look at John Crestani's lessons, and it will be a lot easier. So again, go back, watch John's strategies, advanced backwards engineering strategies, part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, at the bottom, you're going to see I have a list of links if you want to be able to go and join John's wonderful Jet Set program to be able to learn how to become expert in all of the areas necessary to be successful as an internet marketer. I suggest you click on those, but please, if you like what you just learned, and please like my video and share. Send it to somebody else that you might think would also appreciate it. So thank you very much. Thank you for paying attention. If you have any questions, shoot me replies on the bottom here, and I'll be more than happy to get back with you. Okay? I'm also going to send a link to my business email support at smartinboxincome.net. Okay? Thank you, and have a great life.